Hey dolls, it's the hair hustler, and I am finally back with another video. I hope you guys miss me. I got some new content for you today. So, her hair is already freshly blow dried and shampooed. What I'm gonna do is just take my hot comb and I'm just gonna press around the edges of her hair because I don't want any of that curliness, and I want everything to be straight and laid down. So now that I have pressed out her edges and her back edges, we're gonna flat iron her entire hair from the back to the top. Okay, now we got her good and we got her straight and we got her pressed to the T. So let's get into this ponytail. Yes, today I'm giving the girls a low swoop ponytail. And yeah, it's going to be sleek to the gods. So, yep, make sure that you stay for this entire video. If you don't know how to do a swoop, you're going to learn today. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and part out for her swoop. We're going to give like a circle part, or you can do a square part or whatever you desire, or the head shape desires. I normally just go with the simple like half circle. I just like mine's better like that. It gives me a more graceful look. So I like to do that. And then once you have your circle or your square or whatever you desire parted out for that swoop, you're going to go ahead and start slicking back the hair for the ponytail. I always go back through sometimes and kind of repart because I want my part to be as straight as possible. So make sure that you go back in there and you get your part straight. I'm also gonna go in and go ahead and take out the baby hairs or whatever I'm doing for the baby hairs. Some people like baby hairs, some people like no baby hairs. But baby hairs just give me a look, honey. I love baby hairs. It give me a look. So what I do is I go ahead and just throw the ponytail back there. It's not my ending ponytail, but how I get started and I keep my ponytail slicked and laid down. I always go and brush it, comb it, make sure it's right how I want it to be positioned, and I get into it. Okay, so now that I got the ponytail right where I want it, I'm going to start brushing it and using my comb. You might see me take the ponytail off and redo it. I'm just making sure everything is um, pushed back so that once I spray it and comb it, everything will lay down as flat as possible. You can use your comb or the silver part on your comb to smooth it out. You don't want no hair sticking up. You want everything to be flat and to be laid so that you can have a sleek ponytail. I also use my dryer and I take my hand back and forth and I just smooth it out. And I do that until I get all the way around. I do the back, I do the sides, everything pretty much. You want everything to be sleek. Okay, y'all, so now we got the ponytail sleeve in its position right where I want it. Now I'm going to get started on doing the swoop. I go back through just a little bit to flat because I want everything to be flat before I start adding the tracks in, so that I don't have to go and go through it once the tracks are on. But sometimes you may have to, depending on what type of texture hair you're working with, and that's fine. Go over it as many times as you need to in order for everything to be, sleek. So I put about 3 tracks in, 3 or 4, depending on what the type of hair the person has. Because you have some people that have thick hair, thin hair, whatever the case may be. So I did about 3 tracks on hers, just to, give her a fuller look. So of course you're gonna part it out where you're gonna put the track set, and then you're gonna measure it, cut the tracks, glue it down, and you're gonna keep the step going. Okay, so now we have the tracks all down. And this is the part that you need to make sure that you do for the steps to get that swoop flat and to keep it in place. So what I do is just go back through and I part it. I go on top of the hair that goes over the track, and what I do is take my Gossipy or whatever holding spray you choose to use, and I just go through, flatten it out, like I would do the ponytail, and blow dry it. Make sure everything is dry and in place, and then I would go through and do the same thing through each one. You want your swoop to be flat. You don't want it to look like it's bulky or to look like it's got a hump or anything. You want everything to be flat. So that's why I go through and I just spray through each section and make sure everything is flat so that we can have a flat swoop. And if you have to continuously spray, you can do that. And just make sure that everything is dry because you don't want to keep working and it's not dry. Because you will have to go back and do it all over, or your client ponytail is just not going to be giving what it's supposed to give. So, ladies, please take your time when you're doing the swoop. Make sure it's sleek and make sure it's on point. Okay, y'all, so now that we have went through each section and we sprayed and dried, sprayed and dried, sprayed and dried, before you start swooping the hair to the back to go into the ponytail, please make sure that this first part that you're swooping, that you see me swooping right here, is dry. You cannot swoop back if it's not dry. And like I say, when you do the swoop, you have to take your time. It's a must. I recommend you to go through and do section by section until you get to that front part of that swoop. If you do not do it correctly, I'm telling you, it's not going to come out the way that you want it to. I know sometimes people like to rush on here, but you really shouldn't be rushing because you want your work to speak for itself, period. Like you want your services and your styles to be flawless. So put your all into it. I don't care if you have to take an hour, 2 hours to get it right. Do what you gotta do so that that swoop can be on point and that your client can have the sleekest ponytail ever. Okay, y'all, so now that we have everything sleeked back and we bring the rest of that hair to the back, we're just going to get started on our ponytail. And y'all see how everything is sleek and in place and to the back. Yep. And it took me a minute, y'all, to get to this point. I'm not even going to cap. It did. But like I say, the more that you keep working, the more that you practice, the more heads that you do, the better you'll get. Just remember, everybody's head is different. Everybody has a different shape. Everybody has different texture. And that's okay. You can work with all textures. I work with all textures. My model that I'm doing, she is mixed, so she has very curly hair and it's also thin. If you have worked with curly hair, you'll notice that a lot of people with curly hair have more so thinner hair, and that's okay. That's why you have to take the steps that you have to take to make sure that it's perfect. But as you can see, I went ahead and braided her real hair back because we're going to add tracks to the back to give her fullness for her ponytail and give her some length. Now what I'm doing is just taking my black wrap paper, which you can get at your local beauty supply store, and I'm just wrapping it around. This is for protection for me gluing on the ponytail. You don't have to necessarily use the black wrap. They have white wrap. You can use paper. You could just use morning glory. But I suggest, if you want your client's hair to be protected, to use paper with a little bit of morning glory. And then glue the hair onto the ponytail. Sometimes I might take glue and just end it off. Or I might say morning glory, depending. But either one works because you got to remember the glue is not touching the hair. Either way it goes, do what's best for you. Okay, y'all, so now let's get into the baby hairs. Everybody got different type of baby hairs. I'm gonna leave her size out because she has really long baby hairs, really long hairs, period, on the sides. So I'm just gonna straighten those out. I can't really remember, y'all, what I did. Don't get me to lying. Just finished watching the video. But this is the step now where we're doing the baby hairs. And your baby hairs also depends on how the person hair look. You got people with short baby hairs, long hairs, whatever the case may be. Just do what looks good for their hair. Everybody does be different. If y'all want a tutorial on baby hairs, though, for different hair, people with different, like, short, long hair, please leave your comments below. And I will definitely do y'all a video next with baby hairs. Okay? Okay, so now that we got our baby hairs the way that we want them, we're going to now take the track hair and we're going to wrap that around until we get to the top. Yep. And also, I put paper over the baby hairs to kind of like set it in place while I'm working on the back. So, that's kind of why I did them before I started on the back, just so it can like set and your client be ready to go once you're finished with the final product. Okay, so once you get to the top of the gluing the track on, to give it like a sleek finish look, you're going to take the track hair. I always start from the back instead of like on the top, just so once I'm done, I can cover up, be able to cover that up if you get what I'm saying. And y'all, I don't know what I'm talking about in this video. Forgive me. The conversation was definitely intense. This is my cousin, by the way. I don't know what we was talking about, but just know it was intense. Um, so as you can see, I wrapped her ponytail midway down. And I like this look, especially for the back. You don't have to go that far down if you don't want to. Whatever you feel is best for the style that you're doing. But when I do low ponytails, I love to wrap the hair all the way down. I go back and forth with the edge control and like spritz or a holding spray or whatever, just to lay it down, because you don't want that part that's around the ponytail that you wrapping to come loose. So whatever you need to do to hold it down along with the dryer, I'm telling you, it'll last until it's time to take the style out. Okay, y'all, this is the final look. I thank y'all for watching this video. As always, comment below, subscribe, tell me what y'all want to see next, and thank you for watching. Bye.